welcome to the FLNG News Brief. I'm AJ Artley. This week we're here at the St. Francis Barracks Museum, where on Friday we're going to be opening the museum to the general public for the 447th anniversary of the first muster. So this week, it's plain and simple. What we're going to do is we're going to give you a video to watch about the history of the St. Francis Barracks. We hope you enjoy the video, and we'll see you next week.
This site was first settled in 1588. The Franciscans, who were brought here by Pedro Menendez de Avalos and tasked with the very daunting challenge of converting the natives to the Catholic faith, established their first mission on this site physically. Now, those buildings would have been obviously wood, thatched roof, very simple buildings. And between fires and storms and the occasional raid in 1702, when Governor James Moore came down from Charlestown, Carolina, he made his headquarters here at the convento. When he left, he burned it down. When Governor Oglethorpe made a visit here, he didn't actually completely burn down the place, but he took a couple shots at it. But we can, I guess, thank, if that's the right word, Governor Moore for his visit, because when he departed and leveled everything, it left the Franciscans with a rebuilding challenge. And I'm not sure why, but apparently the King of Spain was feeling very generous at that time. And so instead of leaving them to have to rebuild with inferior materials, he gave them the opportunity to use his coquina. And so the Spanish discovered it in the late 1500s and started to use it to build their official structures, the fort, the governor's house, and so forth. And then eventually the Franciscans got a hold of this wonderful stone, and they rebuilt their Convento de San Francisco. Now, this room that we're in is a wing. There were two identical wings, and they stretch about 120 feet. This one east to west, and the second wing ran north and south, like an L. And each of these wings was basically comprised 12 small rooms, little cells where the friary, the monks could lay their head down and sleep at night. It would have been very simple. There were no fireplaces for the Franciscans. There was dirt floor. But that's what the English would have encountered when they arrived here in 1763. And in fact, you know, they were interested in finding comfortable quarters. They didn't want to live in the fort. The Castillo de San Marcos, you have to remember, by 1763 was almost 100 years old. And so the English finally settled on, in fact, coming down here. The officers had the friary, or the living quarters for the Franciscans, converted into comfortable rooms with fireplaces. And then they took the Catholic chapel, and I think only folks from the Church of England could get a good laugh out of this, you know, the British. They took the Catholic chapel and they expanded that and so forth, and that turned that into the barracks for the soldiers. And so that's why it got the moniker of St. Francis Barracks, because if you're a Roman Catholic, you probably do know that St. Francis of Assisi is the saint that's always portrayed with the, you know, the squirrels at his feet and the birds on his shoulder. He was a man of peace. That was his great message. And I'm often asked, why is there a military headquarters named after St. Francis? Well, that's the story.